Do yoga. That's what the mats are for.
Oh, bye, girl.
What did it say?
Rotate your phone. Rotate your phone. Oh,
Let me see.
It's going.
It's going?
Yeah, it's
I'm
going.
going.
Hey,
Bye.
you buy. Please don't buy me.
So, hello. So, it's Edrance with Faith in Action, and I am a holistic life coach. I brought my friend today, and she'll introduce herself.
I am Tahara with Fill My Cup. Thanks for having me.
And today we're just going to talk about mental health and trauma. Oh, we got to introduce you too? Okay.
Well, get out the video.
You get out.
So, Tahara, what would you like to share first? Like the definition of trauma?
No, you can share it. Then I can just butt in. I'll butt in.
All right. So, according to the dictionary, it says trauma is a dramatic life experience, something that causes shock to you. And a lot of us have experienced trauma, and we haven't really recognized, that it is something traumatic that we've experienced. Whether it's the love of a lost loved one that we lost before, or whether it's something like for myself, I was in New York when 9/11 happened. So that was really, really traumatizing for me. Yes, like if it's too much smoke, I'll be like, what's going on around here? Something's happening. I don't really know these people. They be doing some weird things. So yeah, like 9/11 happened. That was really traumatizing for me. Another situation, like I got shot at before. I still have the bullet hole in my car, yes. So that was really traumatizing. I think I should take the bullet hole out, honestly, because it like gives me flashbacks to that. But I keep it there as a memory that I'm still alive. That's what I usually like make
A sign of being grateful.
Yeah,
thankful.
yes, that's what keeps me really grateful and thankful every day. Gives me a sense of gratitude. Like, look at these. Like, I got shot at like 5 times, and only one bullet hit my car.
What?
Yeah, and it was like
that was grace, girl.
Yes, thank you, God.
That was grace.
Thank you, God. But yeah, only one bullet hit my car, and I just look at it and be like, I could have been dead right now. So I just live every day. 1, like it's my last. 2, just being grateful to be alive. Someone didn't get to make it to see today. So just being grateful and making sure I make an impact every day, because we all have a meaning. We have a purpose. We have something to live for, even if you don't know what it is at the time. But just know, as long as you're alive, you have meaning and you have purpose. So those are just some traumatizing experiences. What can you say?
I don't think I've been through that much traumatizing experiences. Because that can cause definitely some PTSD.
Man, listen, it's heavy. And it's even more than that.
It's more? There's more?
There's more. So, yeah.
What can I think about what I've been through? I guess the traumatizing situations that I've been through is just neighborhood shootings.
Oh, yeah.
Neighborhood shootings. And those things are not just a one time and that's done. That's a constant struggle, and that's a constant trauma that not even ourselves go through, but many of our viewers, their watchers, your followers, whatever, that's an everyday thing. And people don't even have time to heal from those things.
No, not at all. It was just another shooting. Like, you got to deal with the cops doing shootings, and then you got to deal with civilians doing shootings. So it definitely causes a lot of trauma. People don't realize how much it is. Like, like for me, I'll give you another example. When I was 16 or whatever, I was on my way to school. The cops had shot one of my neighbors in front of the building. So I'm walking to school seeing a dead body. That's a lot. And
how many dead bodies have you seen in your day?
I would say at least 3.
At least 3?
Yeah. One, when I would say 10, I found my neighbor dead. Her husband had murdered her. And I came back from the weekend at my grandmother's house, and I was just like, oh, let me go see Arlene. And her house door was open, and I was just like seeing a dead person in front of. He had put her by the oven.
Ugh.
He had killed her and put her by the oven, and I was just like 10 years old. Like the hallway smells bad. You know it's bad when you know what death smells like.
Oh,
And it's like it smells like dead rats. Honestly, it smells really bad.
I don't know what a dead rat smell
Oh,
like.
well, I smelled those too.
Brooklyn in the house.
Well, I smelled dead
But
rats too.
I guess if I can paint a picture of what a dead body smells like, it smells like skin, like rotting skin.
Food or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like if I have to say like food, maybe like rotten chicken. When you don't take the trash out and the chicken is stink.
Or even like the chicken that you forget to cook in the refrigerator. Yeah. I can say I've probably seen at least 5 dead bodies.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
And that's starting from like being, how old was I in? That was like 18. 18 and I'm 30 now.
Oh wow.
So yeah, all of that is just trauma. I've actually did so I had a public speaking class, and we had to do what was it? An informative information speech. And mine was about mental health and how life affects us, either positively or negatively. And I focused on the negative, and I focused on mental health as a whole, as far as like anxiety attacks, depression, and trauma.
Yeah. Trauma is like the whole root cause, because anxiety and depression, those are symptoms because of the trauma. You know?
Exactly.
Like for me, like I told you, because of the traumatic experience, like seeing those dead people, then I could be depressed, like, oh my gosh, this is really sad. Like, the other day, this lady just got murdered by the police. She was pregnant.
I just watched
and
that
then
video
you could be
today.
like, oh my gosh, that could be me. Like, that's really scary. Like, every time you leave, you be like, oh my gosh, that could be me. That could be my brother. That could be this. And that's really scary. You're not comfortable. You already, like, it just feels like you just at a war every day.
I just watched that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It feels like you at a war every day, and you just praying to make it home, and your loved ones make it home, and you don't get that type of call. So those is just the impacts. It can really mess you up as far as developing in life.
Oh yeah.
Because you holding on to those things that happen, and you're not really focused. You're on survival mode. That's really what it is,
You know what they say about if you experience trauma at a young age too early?
What?
They usually say those young kids, like even 7 months old to like 3 years old, after they experience trauma or a certain situation in their life, they would have PTSD for the rest of their life. Wow. They would have mental issues and sicknesses for the rest of their life because they don't know how to cope.
Yeah.
Even as adults, we have a hard time coping. Before this video, we were talking about like the resources and where she's from. They don't have those resources. And then where you are, some people don't even know where to go. Yes. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite scriptures, like I told you, my people shall perish for their lack of knowledge. And if you don't know something, how can you get help? How can you heal? How can you learn? How can you grow? How do you even know that this is something you're going through? I just recommend people to honestly keep learning. If you feel like something is wrong, talk to someone. Someone might tell you like, hey, this is what I think you have, or this is what I think you're going through. Like, I know for a fact, like, a lot of Black people don't really do the whole doctor thing, because another traumatizing experience is doing experiments on Black people.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't really want to mess with these people. They be doing the experiments.
The placebo. Are you part of the placebo effect? That's what it's called.
It's just a lot with that. So I would definitely recommend, speaking to a therapist. I can share some Black therapists that, I've personally talked to or worked with or whatever. It's all about knowledge. It's about the tools. It's about the resources and sharing those information, because the goal is just to see everyone heal and everyone whole, and to use those experiences to, yes, wholeness is a major key, because a lot of times, someone is saying, oh, my better half and this, like, you want to be a whole human and another whole human, and we could be like,
Right.
this half stuff is not really good. It's actually pretty toxic. You want to be a whole person, and that's in mind, that's in body, that's in spirit. So just to encourage you to keep working on yourself, and don't let anything that's traumatic deter you from living a healthy life. Use it as motivation and strength, not only to heal yourself, but to heal your family and to heal your bloodline and to pass that healing into our communities, because we're all going through, everyone is always going through some type of traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would add to that, to stop and put an end to the generational hurt.
Oh yeah.
The generational devastation that's passed down from the bloodlines.
Oh, it's passed in your DNA. And a lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that, trauma is passed down genetically in your DNA. It's in your blood. You have trapped emotions, even way before like slavery time, during slavery time, all the pain that people felt and like just holding it in and not being able to release it. Like so many people that's not even slaves right now, they can say, including myself, oh, I didn't let it out. I didn't release it. I didn't speak to someone. All of those things, holding it in doesn't make you healthy. It doesn't make you functional. You want to be able to find ways to deal with it, find ways to heal. So the first step I would say is personally self-awareness. Check in with yourself. You know yourself better than anyone else. Anyone else. If you like look at yourself and the thoughts you thinking, like, is this good thoughts? Is this bad thoughts? You can be able to assess yourself to know, okay, mentally, am I doing okay? Emotionally, am I doing okay? Like, I speak on these things because I've lived and experienced it, especially when it comes to emotionally shutting down. When my grandmother passed away, I emotionally shut down for years.
Wow.
And that affected my relationships. And because it's like, I don't want to be too emotionally connected to you. I really don't want to discuss how I feel. And, but I'm learning and I'm growing to understand, like, okay, this traumatic experience happened to me here. This is the effect of what happened to me. This is the role it played in relationships. This is the role it played in my personal development. So it's all about learning from those things. I'm going to check and see if we have any comments. But yes.
You know what? I'm going to add where you were like, I don't want to get it so attached to. So I've been on a spiritual journey as far as like really getting down
Hey,
to
Shakira,
my
happy to tune in.
Spiritual roots. As far as and I've been really learning and really practicing, because like, yeah, we have children, we have family, we have parents and grandmothers, but I've really learned to try to not even disconnect myself from my daughter's relationship or from my mother's relationship, but also being conscious. And this is where like where you would like do that inner check, that inner self.
Yes, self-awareness.
Be attached to nothing, but stay connected to everything.
That's
good. That's a difference.
That's good.
That's a big difference. So I'm gonna say that again. Be attached to nothing, but stay connected to everything. And then I say that because we go through these hurts, we go through these spiritual battles within ourselves, not even with our someone sitting next to us or our environment, but to know or learn how to meditate with yourself.
Oh, that's deep. That's definitely deep.
So
that's great that you brought up meditate with yourself, because a lot of times, like you said, we're always connected to everybody else and connected to these things. And it's like, when I learned to meditate, that's like one of the changing points for everything. It's because you're spending time with your own thoughts in your own head. No one is distracting you. And then you can be real with yourself, your subconscious mind, because that's under everything. It's under everything, and
this is what I get excited about.
Everything is under there. Like, on the surface, you can, front, you can act like everything's okay, but your mind knows what's going on. And if you can make the connection with your mind, your body, and your spirit, you're a threat.
Yes.
You're a threat.
Yes.
Because nobody can tell you anything, because you're in tune with who you are. You're in tune with who God says you are. You understand that this is not forever. This is temporary. It's just an experience.
Yes.
What am I learning from this experience?
Yes.
But yeah, meditation definitely helps a lot. One of the things that I like to share is coping. Like I said, I grew up in New York, and a lot of people don't understand how they're coping. They don't understand healthy coping, unhealthy coping. And sometimes people can find coping in drugs, which a lot of these, especially these rappers, I feel like a lot of them are depressed, and that's why they on all of these drugs,
and they
trying to make themselves feel good, with the drugs. But that's only temporary. It fades away, and then you hear, oh, this person just died from an overdose.
Yep.
So drugs is another unhealthy, coping mechanism. Sometimes people overwork themselves, and
right. I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna do 16 hours a day, so I don't gotta come home to whatever their situation is at home, because they don't know how to cope.
Yep.
So and then they, like you said.
Oh, a kid.
Oh, I thought the birds was chasing kids. They stay at work because they don't want to go to their reality, and so that, like you said, that's their coping mechanism.
Yep.
But that's an unhealthy way of coping.
Yeah, because that leads to stress, and then when you stress, you need to smoke.
Yep.
Or you need to drink.
Or you're gonna go do drugs.
Yeah, so
yep.
And then sometimes spending money could be an unhealthy coping mechanism. Like a lot of people, like, oh, I feel sad today. Let me go buy something to wear.
Shop, yes.
Or, oh, I feel sad today. Or, let me go buy this to eat. And that's how, the whole thing, like, the health is wealth, it's every aspect of health. It's mental health, it's emotional health, it's spiritual health, it's financial health. That's all part of being whole and being a human. Because, like, initially I was like, oh, money, no, it's part of the equation.
that gotta go in there too.
Money, like, people be stressed out about money. Money makes you either have the resources to get the help or not have the resources.
Yep.
Money determines where your family lives or where they don't live. Like, look where I'm at. If I didn't have anything, it's like,
that's real. That's real. And you know what I've heard, and I forgot where I heard this, and I'll probably put it on a link somewhere. It's not the love of money that's the root of all evil. It's the lack of money.
Yeah, because sometimes when you lack money, you do all type of ratchet stuff to get the money.
You rob.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. You rob.
You steal.
Yep.
You kill.
Yep.
So, yeah. I would say it's both. Because money is a tool, it's a resource for you to use, to build on. You can't make it who you are,
Right.
That's the thing, because that's one of the aspects that I did include as well in this, is because they have people who are millionaires, but internally they're sad.
Yep.
They're depressed.
Yep.
They have anxiety. They have drug overdoses. They're checking into mental institutions. That means you can have all the money, granted, God wants us all to be rich. He wants us to be prosperous. And this is in the Bible, by the way, because I have lots of scriptures on that. But yeah, it's just that you making the money too much of who you are, or all of those things. For me, I could speak about having nothing, where I lived in a shelter and had nothing, and then, living out here now, to having money, to having, thousands saved and all of those type of stuff.
Yep.
Even like, for the most part, is knowing about money. That's the main thing, because it's all about knowledge. That's the main thing. It's all about knowledge, because like you see, sometimes there's athletes who get millions of dollars, and these celebrities, musicians, and then now they don't know about taxes. They're owing the IRS, right?
Millions of dollars.
So they don't know
How
about
do you
taxes.
owe millions of dollars?
You don't know about taxes. So it's all about who you know and what you know. So if you don't know about taxes and now you own all this money, or you don't know about budgeting, saving, or investing, and now you like, oh, you done spent, you got $1 million, but you spend 99, whatever amount, you back to ground zero again. Yep. So it's all about knowing, what you're spending, where it's going to. Like, I had a lot of reality checks, like, working at a financial institution and looking at people, like, they're spending like we, like I said, sometimes we just spend because we don't know where
The
it's going,
spontaneous spending.
and we're not thinking about it. And like for me, especially within our community, it's time to, heal, and it's time for us to gain wealth.
Yes.
And it's all about having that knowledge of, self, of who you are, setting those values, and finding out what's important to you. Is it important, to get this outfit and these shoes now? Or is it important to invest in your kids be not stressing about money like you are right now?
Right.
And that's one of my main things. Like, I don't want my kids struggling about, oh, my mom needs to borrow me $20, or, oh, my mom needs this, or I want to make sure I'm sufficient. I want to make sure my kids are sufficient, and I want the same for everyone.
Right.
I want money to be one less struggle to deal about.
Yep.
To worry about, because a lot of people stress about money. I think I posted, 73% of stress is financial stress.
Yep.
So that's a huge thing.
Yep.
That's a huge deal. I'm just gonna check to see if we have any questions. My phone, let me see. Hello. Hey,
She's on
Shuel.
live.
Hi, Miss Cunningham.
And we're just recording.
Shout out to Miss Cunningham. She the OG. She helped me out in high school. That's my girl for life. For real, I was depressed in high school. Very depressed. One of my old person I went to school with, she asked me, can you tell me why you were depressed in high school? I'm like, yeah, sure. So my parents moved to Minnesota. I stayed with my kid's dad. He had about 10 siblings, a minimum of 10, that we all lived in a house together.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had 2 kids. So it was like a real clan. And it's different humans. That's why I can learn about different people and understand, like, we all have different personalities. We all have different things we're struggling with.
That's a lot of spirits.
Girl. Woo, I was praying, man.
That's a lot of spirits.
I was praying hard every day. But yeah, that's a lot of people. Shout out to my kid's grandmother, Jiggy. But yeah, she's very strong. I always pray for people with a lot of kids. Ooh. That's a lot of personalities to deal with.
It is.
Like, I got 2, and like they like real different. So imagine, like, my mom, she has 8 kids.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
you came from a clan yourself.
Yeah, so that's what it was like. Dang, I'm getting hit back to back with like different humans and like different personalities and all of that. So yeah, it was definitely.
And then on the mental aspect, that's a lot of trauma too, because there's one situation and everybody's taken to it differently. So how do you teach somebody how to cope when they have different aspects or different viewpoints of the situation?
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot. I don't know. It all worked out. It all made me much stronger and much wiser and much more understanding and compassionate about other people. Because I talk to, everyone, whether it's like, my family or my kids' side of the family.
Yeah.
And everyone was just going through different things. Like,
and expressing it differently.
Yes, expressing it differently, because we all have different ways of expressing stuff, how we feel, and it doesn't always come out the right way. For a lot of people, it comes out as violence, as anger,
isolation,
yes.
Yeah.
Like not talking to anyone at all, and people don't even ask like what's going on with this person. And I always be like, why that person over there? Like, what's going on with them? Like, I'm trying to figure out what happened to them. While other people is just like so mean and,
Yeah.
Like, y'all not going to see what happened to her? Like, there has to be, like, me, I think something I saw something happened.
Something's going on.
We got to get to the bottom of this. But yeah, just understanding that. But I will be sharing the resources as far as therapy, and then if you come to the Health is Wealth event, I'll have a therapist there, Dr. Zakia Robbins, a health and wellness coach. She'll be there. Latasha Lee, Emmanuel Bartholomew will be there in the building as well. He's an emotional code body practitioner. He's phenomenal.
I've never heard of that profession.
Oh, it's amazing.
I might need to do a personal session with him.
Yes, he's amazing. I'm actually going to meet with him after this. We're going to do a session or whatever. But
that's exciting.
He helps with like trapped emotions. Asks different questions to your subconscious mind.
Really getting down to the root of like you.
Yes, down to the root. So like he brought up things
that I thought,
for me, I want to let it all go. I'm trying to live free, honey.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like certain people that might take more than 1 or 2 sessions.
Yes, definitely takes more than one. Takes a couple sessions. He has package deals and stuff, but there was questions like, like you said about trauma being passed down. Something may happen to your mom, and then because she kept that emotion in her, it's in you.
Yeah.
And now, like, he asked me a question one time about my mom. I forgot the question, but I know that the answer because my mom had talked about it with me before.
Yeah.
About her and my dad, and it's like, how you know this?
Like, I didn't know that was.
But yeah, he asks like different questions, and it's like yes or no. Like, okay, do you have this going on?
Get this.
But yes.
What?
I'm super excited.
Emmanuel, we might have to have a chat if you see this.
Yes, I'm excited.
Huh? Oh well.
But do you have anything else to say?
No, it's gonna die.
Oh, she's about to charge it. We're about to leave soon.
Right.
We're closing up.
Everybody come down. No, I just want this to happen. And as far as like, I guess this was a big thing for just us coming here and spreading what we have to both of our audiences.
Yes.
Just because on a real note, as far as like the Black community, we don't even get together like this. Mm-hmm. If we get together like this, it's because we have experienced a trauma.
Most of the time, Black people come together. It's barbecues, funerals. We still working on weddings. We still working on weddings. Everybody, once you heal in your whole, it's ring time.
Right.
It's
you
ring
gotta
time.
heal in your wholeness. Like,
nobody wants no toxic relationships and unhealthy habits, and
y'all better call Emmanuel to get to the root of y'all hurt.
But yeah, just want to be able to, live in peace and in love within yourself. Because if you don't have it within yourself, you can't give it to someone else.
Right. It's like I want to cultivate. And so that's what a lot of when I do my fitness training, like we cultivate each other. We want to be in that environment. I'm inspiring you. I'm motivating you. I'm educating you. But also you are doing all of those things with me too.
Yes. It's a mutual effort.
Yeah.
Mutual effort.
And if you don't love language, that's another thing too. Yeah. A love language, if you don't know your love language, you don't know how to express yourself really. Because I know one of my love languages is quality time. And so I'm loving on you with quality time. But where was I going with that?
Love language, you're loving yourself.
My overflow, yes.
Oh, yes.
If I don't feel whole, what is there for me to overpour in somebody else?
Yes.
There's nothing that's overflowing that you're going to get.
Can't pour from empty cups.
Right. And that's why my motto is like, fill my cup.
Yes. I love that. I heard you say that too.
Yeah. And it's like all of these things that I have in me, and the compassion, like you were saying, the kindness, and being able to interact or even help others. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have that if my cup wasn't filled. So I know if my cup is filled, I can pour into somebody else's cup.
Yes.
So
yes.
It all makes sense. Fill my cup.
Yes. I love it.
Even if it's a drop.
Yes. Because if not, now you done took everything out of my cup. And now there's nothing left in my cup.
I ain't got nothing.
Nothing left.
And that's where the trauma come. That's where the isolation come. And the aggression come.
Yes.
So to avoid all that, I just want to stay in my compassion. I want to live from my subconscious mind and love you with my love language.
Yes.
I don't want to be able to go around and then say, okay, example. I gave a birthday gift to somebody and it was a total surprise, but they were ungrateful because it wasn't what they wanted.
Ooh.
And it's like, let me love you how I want to love you, not how you think you want to be loved. Because my love might heal you. You never know. So
Yeah,
that's it.
I definitely agree with just dealing with self, because you like I said, health is wealth. Invest in yourself. You are the most important asset in your life, and I'll share ways on how you can invest in yourself, whether it's mentally, whether it's emotionally, whether it's spiritually, financially, because self love is taking care of yourself. And self love doesn't always have to be, oh, I'm going to get my nails and feet done. It's, am I saying positive things that says that I love myself?
Right.
Because our words are
Right.
very, very powerful. Because we are God's children, we're able to speak things into existence. So you speak what you seek. You can't speak all this negativity and expect
Something different.
I mean, that's not how it goes. Another principle is you reap what you sow. So if you are sowing negativity, guess what you're gonna get back?
It's gonna come back 100-fold.
You're gonna
Just
get
like what it
negativity
say.
back. So just be careful what you reap and take care of yourself on every aspect. You are a whole human being. Take care of yourself in mind, body, and spirit. Again, faith in action is transformation from the inside out. It's more than just a brand, it's a lifestyle, because faith without works is dead. All right.
And y'all know what's up. This is Miss TT. I hope y'all got something from this. If you liked it, you love it, share it so you can view it later. Share it so you can spread this knowledge and this inspiration for someone else. Peace out. TT loves you.